So to start with PowerPoint Chapter 3, you're working with the Perennials PowerPoint that is located in the assignment link. And your instructions will tell you that you are going to modify this presentation. And there are a couple of features that you may not have worked with before that I just wanted to be able to point out to you so that you can see where things are located. But it is pretty self-explanatory. So the first thing I want to point out is if we look at these slides, we're going to notice that 4 and 5 kind of have bulleted lists and they're in columns. So for consistency's sake, we should do the same thing to slide number 3. So we're going to go ahead and select that, and then we're going to select the text within there. In PowerPoint, the options for paragraph look a little different than they did in Word. So we're going to go to the columns button, and we're going to go ahead and put this into 2 columns. But you'll notice they're still not really balanced. So you have the line options where you can go ahead and do double spacing. And then we have this feature of being able to align the text. So now within this text box, we can go ahead and align that text so that it's in the middle. So that's just kind of a quick little, here's where the paragraph options are and here's how you can use them. The next thing that I want to do is just show you a little bit about the drawing grouping. So you're going to notice that when I'm clicked on a slide, I need to make an area of that slide active to get some of these elements to be active as well. So I'm going to go ahead and select the text box. Notice how this drawing tool then becomes active. So I can go ahead and click that, and then I have some icon options to be able to format this shape because a text box is actually a shape. So this is my fill and line icon. This is my effects icon, and then this is my size and properties icon. So if I want to click on the fill icon, what type of fill do I want to use? Maybe I want to use gradient fill. And then from this gradient fill, you get additional options. So I could, instead of linear, I could change this to rectangular. Instead of having it match this same color, I could switch out the colors. So maybe I'm going to do an accent color. So that's just one thing that you're able to do as you're working through that. Now maybe I want this box to stand out. So then I could go to Effects. And from Shadow, I could choose a preset. Maybe I'm going to offset it to the right. So now I've got a shadow that's offset to the right. So there are lots of different things. I can go in and change the margins. Maybe my left margin is going to be 1 inch, so I'm going to indent that bulleted list. And then maybe I want to bring it down a little bit so that it's not quite so high. And, whoops, sorry. I'll go ahead and make that top margin, let's make it a 4. So it moved it down a little bit. So it just kind of makes that box on that particular slide stand out a little bit. Another thing that we have is the eyedropper tool. So I could go to this slide, this very first slide, and let's say that this subtitle box, I want to make it stand out a little bit more. So from the Home tab, not this format shape, I'm just going to go to the Home tab, and then from my drawing tools and format, I'm going to go ahead and go to Shape Fill. And I'm going to click this eyedropper. And notice when you're moving the eyedropper, it's going to pick up whatever the color is that you click on. So if I want to pick up this lighter green color right here, I'm just going to click on that, and it adds that to the background of that subtitle box. If I wanted to put a border around here, I could go to Outline, click that eyedropper tool, and then pick a color. So I could click on this pink, and now it's going to put that border around there for me. So it's just a little bit quicker way to be able to go through and modify those things. If I want to change the background of a slide, maybe I want this background to look a little different, I can go to the Design tab and click on Format Background. And then what do I want? Maybe a solid fill. Notice how those greens blend a lot. So maybe I need to go in and just pick a little bit different background for that. And then if I like that setup, I can go ahead and apply this to all of my slides so that they all have that same background. So those are just a couple of quick things on the Chapter 3 PowerPoint that I wanted to show to you, I guess.